A federal appeals court says a cross-shaped monument on public land in Maryland has to come down. The judge's ruling says it violates the Constitution, but supporters say it commemorates the 49 local men who died fighting in World War I. And they plan to take the case all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. We're back with our power panel now, Rich Lowry and Richard Fowler, a couple of riches. All right, you are for leaving it up. Why?
Of course. The idea that this establishes a religion to have this cross on public land is ridiculous. What's the religion it establishes? What's the church? When does it meet? Can I go to the religious services of this church? Is it Catholic? Is it Greek Orthodox? Is it Presbyterian? This is a symbol that has a secular meaning commemorating the sacrifice of those soldiers.
Richard?
I tend to agree with that. I think this meaning clearly represents these 49 individuals that lost their lives. It was been there since, I think it was 1925. It was when it was erected. So I think that I agree with this. The fear of it going to the Supreme Court and how the Supreme Court interprets their decision is another thing. If they decide to interpret it very narrowly and say, listen, in this particular instance, this particular monument should stay, was one I would prefer. A larger sort of ruling that's saying, you know, all of these monuments should say is another thing. If it was the 10 Commandments, which refers to a particular biblical scripture, then I think, you know, folks on the left would probably be a little bit more up in arms.
Part of what's at contention here, too, is that an appeals court found 2-1. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Fourth Circuit said that this 40-foot-tall memorial is being maintained by public funds. So there is an option, I would suppose, for someone with private funding to come along. But for right now, it's being paid that way.